What's up, everyone? This is Coach Cunningham, and for this assignment, I chose a recent sports article that connects directly to chapters 2 and 3 of our textbook. The article I'm talking about is a recent post in The Guardian, which focuses on Vinicius Jr., who's a soccer player for Champions League Real Madrid, and this match was between Real Madrid and Benfica. And what happened is during this match, Vinicius accused an opposing player of making racially abusive comments toward him. Apparently, this player called him a quote unquote a monkey at least 5 times. And so, because of that, the game was actually paused while officials looked into what had happened. But it wasn't really what just that actually stood out about this. What happened afterwards is really what stood out. It was the incident after. Well, apparently, Benfica's head coach, Jose, he made comments that a lot of people felt downplayed the situation. So instead of clearly supporting the player who reported the racism, his response came off as dismissive, and that has led to some backlash from fans, former players, and anti-racism groups. What he said was he didn't want to say, and then I quote, "I don't want to say that Vinicius is a liar, and nor do I want to say that my player is an incredible boy. They've decided to go their way, their perspective. I don't want to go there." So he just basically just dismissed the situation, didn't want to address it at all, and so that's caused a lot of backlash. So when we connect this to chapter 2, it's a clear example of racial inequality and discrimination in sports. Woods and Butler from our book explain that sport isn't separate from society. It reflects the same power structures and social issues. So even at the highest level of professional soccer, athletes of color still deal with racism of some sort. And when they speak up, they're sometimes questioned instead of being believed. And then that's exactly what we see happening here. This situation also shows how power and authority matter. Coaches, leagues, organizations, they have influence over seriously of how these situations are taken, if they're taken seriously at all. So when the leaders minimize the incidents like this, then it sends a clear message, whether it's intentional or not, that racism isn't the top priority. It's not a big deal. So, but in chapter 3 of our textbook, it talks about how sports connects to society as a whole. And this incident didn't just stay on the field. It became a global conversation about race accountability and responsibility in sports. The media coverage and public relations show how sports can either challenge social problems or reinforce them. So, overall, this article ties directly to chapters 2 and 3 because it highlights discrimination in sports, unequal power dynamics, and the role sports plays in reflecting society. It reminds us that sports isn't just about competition, but it's also about the people in the competition. It's about the culture, and it's about social change. Thank you.